Film noir is a genre that embodies the time in which it came to prominence, of a broken post-war world where people were more fascinated with questions about morality than the usual tales of hope and justice. Taking stylistic inspirations from German Expressionism and Italian neorealism, Carol Reed's The Third Man encapsulates the city of rubble and intrigue that was Vienna, and epitomises the classic noir protagonist's downfall.
I didn't get the money and I didn't get the woman.
Holly Martins goes from idealistic, hopeful writer to alone and rejected. By the film's end, he's experienced the reality of dead friends and their corrupted ambition, of distrust and sabotage, of a time in which both protagonist and audience felt a crippling lack of control. Film noir, a French term coined in 1946, well into noir's heyday, literally means black film. The Third Man delves into much of the typical noir stylistic and narrative tropes. Holly Martins is a fanciful pulp western writer who thinks he's meeting his old friend, but as soon as he knocks on Lime's door, he begins his own downfall. The film prepares the audience for Holly's total lack of control through the recounted opening. Detective Calloway is the one recounting the protagonist's story. It's what film author William Luhr calls the failures of a past already unchangeable.
Oh, I was going to tell you about Holly Martins, an American. Came all the way here to visit a friend of his. The name was Lime, Harry Lime.
We're introduced to Vienna as a setting of this unchangeable failure, a city visibly torn apart during the war, and filming on location in Vienna makes for a perfect noir setting, with its angular shadows and soaked cobblestone streets. Mark Kermode told the British Film Institute that this is a world of looming shadows and jagged angles, an off-kilter environment in which nothing is clear as day and everything seems to be tilting away from the straight and narrow. The film's protagonist, of course, knows nothing of the dangers he's about to be launched into, not until he's chasing a shadowy man through the rubble-filled streets or navigating the tunnels in pursuit of his old friend does he become aware of the perils of digging deeper. The audience, however, has known for a while. For William Luhr, these trends indicated a profound erosion of the traditional American optimism that had presumed that personal and social problems were both identifiable and solvable. This sentiment, which took hold following the Great Depression in the 30s and the Second World War in the 40s, are ever present in film noir style, which author James Naremore describes as perversely erotic, confined largely to interiors, photographed in a deep focus style that seems to reveal the secret life of things, and often derives from the literature of alcohol. The classic iconography in film noir is shadows. They reveal the world as one of secrets, lies, and danger. They often show us which characters are trapped and which are going to come out on top. But Reed also manifests this style through a discordant, unsettling soundtrack, amplifying the sense of paranoia at every turn. Vienna's shadows and rubble are enhanced by constant uses of Dutch angles and unsettlingly off-centered or angled shot, first innovated in German Expressionist films. Directors like Fritz Lang use those jagged, unsettling shots to represent the mood of characters themselves, something especially prevalent in The Third Man's famous Ferris wheel scene, as Holly's paranoia and uncertainty come to a peak. There are also deep focus shots like those used in Orson Welles' Citizen Kane to enhance everything in the frame and provide a sense of unease. The audience often doesn't know what to look out for. Speaking of Orson Welles, he once called his character Harry Lime the greatest star part ever written. That is, a character who is spoken about, but who does not actually appear until well into the film. It adds to the mystery, a shadow who permeates the Third Man's insidious atmosphere, depriving the protagonist of any control. Holly is always rushing against the tide. When he finally discovers the identity of the mystery man he's been tailing, it's revealed to be his old, dead friend, Harry Lime. When he thinks he's solved the mystery, he discovers that Lime has been corrupted by his own ambition. When he thinks he's rescued Anna, the film's femme fatale, and ensured her safe passage out of Vienna, she thwarts his desire to be the knight in shining armour and instead proves to be a morally ambiguous character herself. The presence of that femme fatale again displays the historical context of film noir and The Third Man. The idea of a woman being the downfall of man wasn't a new idea, but women had become significantly more independent following the war. The idea that a woman could be independently ambitious, for instance, and even manipulate a man to achieve her own ends, was new and scary.
We're both rotten.
Only you're a little more rotten.
Anna is cast in shadows. She talks to Holly in her enclosed, suffocating apartment and is purposefully coy about her lover's supposed demise. The film ends with Anna's independence, rejecting the opportunity to fall into the arms of the man who tried so valiantly to save her. Holly is alone in a beautifully aligned, seemingly endless shot of the cemetery that crushed his innocence and showed him the truth about the time in which he lived. one of shadows, paranoia, and uncertainty. Film noir was a reflection of that point in time, one where audiences questioned their own place in a murky, uncertain world.